All right, cool. So, the Woman King trailer, we saw it, and a lot of people kind of don't really like it. So I don't know, like, how do you feel about about it? Do you feel like they're trying to just market it because they want to just do something because it's Hollywood, or are they really trying to tell a story?
Okay, how do I? Okay, this is modern Hollywood. We both know what they're trying to do here,
Yeah,
Trey. We know what they're trying to
true.
do here.
That's definitely true.
Yeah, and the way they've depicted the home as a tribe of noble warriors defending Africa from the white man. Okay, they're trying to make Wakanda again, but let me tell you one thing. How do I describe this whole crap? Imagine if they made a whole movie about the group of unknown German soldiers from the 1940s. My God, I fucking hate YouTube. And depicted them as an army of noble warriors that were actually hunting the people they were hunting because those people were either aliens or demons or some shit. Imagine that.
Oh God, they would never.
That would be the way.
They would never do that though. But I mean, like
Yeah,
you said, it is part of history. But that'll be something that they wouldn't want to admit. But for me, I feel like the reason why we're getting this movie is because we're on this whole black women empowerment movement where they
that's
swear
the
up and
thing. They only hired American black women. They didn't go to Africa and hire female African actresses. We have a ton of those around here in South
down.
Africa and both around the northern parts. Why not go hire them? Give them a break.
You right about that. You're definitely right about that.
Because I am so sick of that goddamn Ebonics accent you Americans do all the time. You do know there are Africans that actually know how to speak perfectly good English, right? It's
That's
actually
true.
not that uncommon.
That is definitely true. I think honestly, I will have to say the only time we really got in this is really Black Panther. Because Black Panther actually did go and get African tribe men to hire to do some of the roles in the movie. So I assume that they were going to do the same thing, but from what it looks like it's nothing but American black women because black women have been prosecuted and harmed for years in America, so they have to
Oh,
show
yeah,
like
black women in America have been harmed worse than black women in Africa. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm going to go in the middle of a field controlled by a warlord and those dying in hunger. I'm pretty sure they're going better than you.
right because I remember I saw the interview where Viola was talking about how it feels like it's coming back. Her playing this role feels like it's her finally being free and finally coming back home and embracing the land of Africa. But I'm just like, and then of course she goes with this feel of being abused and stuff like that. Which yes, she had a tough life, but I don't know if her tough life is close to what these women had to do. If it is a passion project of hers that she's going to do, how do you feel about that?
I feel it's bullshit.
Right. Because I feel like the reason why they chose this story in particular was because it's all women, and it kind of puts all the men in bad positions. Like, oh, look at that, there's no strong black men, so the women have to step up,
Okay, 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 okay.
and now
Okay, here's a couple of small elements about the all female army in the Home. That wasn't exactly a good
okay,
thing. Let me tell you, the Home as a country, they were literally at war with everyone. They were slave makers. They killed all the city states around them and took the women and children and also on as slaves. Most of the men either died from those wars they started with other city states or disease. So they had to get the women in on it. And most of those women were the king's wives. So no one had the balls to actually touch them because, well, it's the king's wife. What do you think's going to happen if you do?
right, yeah.
It was not
So
this Dora Milaje thing. It
that's
was
why we got
just
the
most
title.
people didn't touch them because of fear.
Yeah, so that's why we got the title of the Woman King then because of what you're saying.
Yeah,
But
I
trying
don't
to
think they're
use it
gonna
as
depict them as all wives of the king, but
yeah.
yeah.
because Viola's character is playing. I forgot who they said she was playing, but apparently that's the leader of everything that's going on, and that's the reason why all of this started because she stood her ground. Apparently, the only thing I hope in this movie is that they don't portray Africans other dry desert. I
Oh,
mean,
they most likely will.
they probably will. I believe they will because I think they were filming in the middle of the safari parts of the safari. I believe.
Why?
I mean,
The
I
home
saw it
is
on.
literally close to the ocean, unless they're gonna prove that depict and prove that the Middle East had a good hand in the African slave trade, which I don't think they'll ever do.
I think for me, I think what's probably going to happen is they're doing it to try to show like this village that was remote from everyone or whatever, and it's starting to get attacked by these
The
random
home,
people or whatever, and
it,
they don't have enough resources because they live in the middle of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Kind of make it more dramatic.
uh, and what the home you're gonna try to know it and save them?
I don't know. That's the question right there. Like, damn, what are they gonna do? Because
Seriously,
there's so much.
there are so many elements and stories they could have picked out of African culture. Hell, they could have even made a few, but they choose
Yeah,
Dahomey, one of the biggest stains in Africa's history. Why? My God.
I mean, like we said before in the on Twitter, I said it's because of the struggle. It's the struggle because it shows black women in a struggle moment, and for them to
But
overcome
they
these big,
made the
powerful.
struggle.
They're not trying to hear that. Sam, they're not trying to hear that.
They made
They're
the
not
struggle.
trying to.
For fuck's sake, man.
I know that, but they're not
They
trying to do
wanted
that. And
they wanted slavery to continue. The freaking British were the ones that had to stop them with the French. They wanted it to go on. They ain't no
right,
heroes.
sup, RPJ, what's going on? Yes, and you know what? I think they're trying to get us ready for Black Panther 2: Wakanda Forever.
I'm not watching that
Because
crap.
I know you've seen those images, and what are they promoting? They're promoting Namor and a whole bunch of female characters, and I'm just like, oh, I
Yeah,
see
but
where
not a
this is
single
going.
information on who the hell is gonna play Black Panther. They should just cancel this shit from the start and use Namor in a
Yeah,
Fantastic Fours kind of deal.
that's what I'm saying, or at least do a Namor solo movie. Hell, Lord, no,
Yeah, I
wait, no,
mean,
you know what? Don't even do a Namor in an Incredible Hulk movie because Lord knows the Incredible Hulk needs something. Shit.
yeah, I mean, for fuck's sake, it actually, seriously, their Hulk is pathetic.
Oh yeah. I miss
I
I miss
mean,
him
did
with
you
Norman.
and did you see the freaking design for the Atlanteans? They look like the guys from freaking Avatar, man. I
Like
mean, this is an
they look
underwater
like they stole.
species. What would
Yeah,
they be using
they look
feathers
like they.
for?
That's what I'm saying. And then they said we're going to do Mayan Aztec for it too. Like I'm like, so we're stealing. Not only are we stealing ideas from James Cameron, we're stealing Mayan Aztec culture to replace it for Greek mythology because
Trust me, I got a
Namor
lot
and
of
them.
trust me, I got a lot of Mayan descendant friends, and I don't know if I'm either, but no, none of them are liking this. They are very pissed at this choice.
Yeah, because they only did it because they're trying to appeal to that demographic. And I'm like, y'all really think? First off, do you really think that it makes sense for a black nation to go against a Latino nation? Make that make sense.
Isn't that just a whole stereotypical call on the fact that blacks and Latinos aren't really on good terms in America?
That's what to me. That's what it sounds like to me. Even though most of us live near each other,
I
and
mean,
most
they
of
could have
us
literally
cross.
made this just black people against underwater people. They didn't even need to make it any form of race. Just keep the
Yeah,
Atlanteans close to what they used to be.
I
I
mean
mean,
the only
that's the
reason why
point of the
Namor is
Atlanteans. They hate all humans
yeah,
in color that are not blue. They hate them.
exactly, and the only reason why Namor is blue is because isn't blue is because his father was a white man. Other than that, he would have been blue if he was born like
Well, now
every
he's a
other
brown
Atlantean.
man.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, now he's brown because they changed him now because he can't be Greek origin now. And of course, the outfit that they gave him terrible. All that fucking jewelry. Namor would never wear all of that bullshit on him. And it's the same thing with the Atlanteans. It's like keep it simple,
He
stupid.
looks more like a Tuma than Namor, honestly. Just give him the blue skin and call him a Tuma.
Yeah, pretty much. I just don't understand what's so hard about this decision that they're doing. And I'm just like, the Atlanteans are literally
I'm just
blue.
calling it right here. I'm just calling it right here. His cousin Namor is gonna be black. Just calling it. Just say she's gonna be black.
I actually remember when I posted that picture on Twitter where I had showed you what Namor looked like. That's what Namor looked like, and I was like, "Holy fuck, she looks terrible! Like she got too much bullshit going on. Like what is she wearing? Like it doesn't even look like a woman.
Yeah,
it looks
again, they really. The Atlanteans were the easiest characters from comic book history to literally adapt. Just make them semi-naked, muscular, sexy beings, and literally just show them. It's super easy. You just to make Namor, you just need to give him some trunks and wings, and it was done.
Yeah, that's true. And instead they do the same. They do this weird thing, especially with the MCU, that they always overcomplicate the costuming, and then you're just like, what the fuck are y'all doing? Keep this shit simple. And then when it's time for certain characters, they're new characters, then they want to try to get comic book accurate, and then they want to be like, you guys are complaining, but when they book accurate, y'all never say anything about that one. Wow, they do comic book accurate for characters that nobody asks for. The characters that we do ask for, they overcomplicate them. Like, yes, people been asking for Namor and the Atlanteans to come into the MCU, but why the fuck the Atlanteans look like Avatar rejects, and why Namor got all that bullshit on him, and why is he Latino? Make this shit make sense. Why you?
Yeah, I can guarantee you, at some point in this movie, they're gonna have him break and kick a wall, because in the eyes of Hollywood, that's all Latinos serve for. Anti-Trump propaganda now. So yeah, this is gonna be that movie's gonna be some shit, man. I mean, why? Seriously,
I don't know.
Oh, you know what's even more funnier? You know what's even more funny? Soon enough, they're gonna introduce Sue Storm into this and have her cheat on Reed with a Latino dude and bring on another more stereotypes here.
And they'll probably make it where Reed Richards is abusive to her, which pushed her into the arms of Namor. And I'm just gonna be like, yeah, because that's what fans of Fantastic Four wants to see.
My God, it would have been funnier if they made him black.
Oh man, wouldn't that be weird though, if the Atlanteans were cast as black people? So black on black crime, I'd be like, oh.
It would have been more hilarious though, because they were just gonna show the bullshit. It's gonna show all the bullshit, man. So good.
And then what makes it so bad is the reason why Namor is even going to show up in Wakanda Forever is because that bitch Riri Williams created a device that accidentally destroys something from Atlantean. But my thing is, Africa and South America are far apart from each other. What the hell is she designing that would create a collapse in the Atlantean? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand how that correlates anything. Like,
why does Riri Williams even need to be there? She doesn't really have much of a connection with Wakanda. So every intelligent black character automatically gets to go to Wakanda. If that's so, then how the hell do they exist in secrecy anymore?
Right.
I mean, I know they've opened their borders to the world, but still.
I think with that Riri Williams solo run, when that black lady who actually tried to make her a real character, but it was just too damn late. We find out that Riri Williams' dad was Wakandan, and he left Wakanda and he's been selling secrets to people to try to get back at Wakanda for whatever fucking reason it was. So technically, she's a Wakandan because he messed with another woman outside of Wakanda. So she's sort of Wakandian, and I guess they're probably going to make her full Wakandian in this movie, and she's going to be like, I was inspired by what's her damn name, the damn sister Shuri, and I want to and I joined her STEM team or whatever. She's gonna be like, she's my favorite person from Wakanda or whatever. And I'm like, of course, bitch. But then she's also going to be inspired by Iron Man. Okay. And you already saw the two tweets that they showed for Riri Williams. I'm like, oh Lord have mercy. Jesus Christ, what the hell is this shit? Like I said, I think they're, and you know how it's kind of funny that the Woman King is about to come out, and then after that, Black Panther 2 Wakanda Forever is coming out. It's like they're trying to get us ready for this all badass female black characters movie. Like first we're going to give you this movie, and then you're going to be ready for Wakanda Forever, where the whole movie is going to be about black females attacking a Latino nation. After one of the black people,
it was so freaking stupid. This is so gonna. The first Black Panther succeeded because of both ignorance and complete just a wish to have something. I mean, I myself didn't really care much about it. I mean, it was good to waste time. It was good, I'll admit, to waste time, but we didn't give much of a damn about it. Honestly, I don't think the second one's going to be as successful as the first one because a lot of people are just tired of the bullshit. Even the idiots in the streets are tired.
Yeah, and I think what's happening is because a lot of people weren't so unfamiliar with Black Panther that they were like, oh my God, Marvel actually has an original black character outside of Storm. And it's just like, well, yeah, they've been had original black characters outside of Storm. It's called, pick up a fucking book. Anything okay? I'm about to say somebody sound like they screaming for life. But I think that's the reason why it kind of blew up is because they kind of held on to the black folks and was like, look, we actually have a black character who is also a king as well. He's very skilled, and you're like, wait, there's a black superhero. Yeah, there's a black superhero, all original, all by himself.
Yeah, there's been tons of those for years.
The only two black characters they didn't introduce into the MCU were Falcon and War Machine, and they were introduced in Captain America and Iron Man 2. And everybody was like, oh, okay, they're just the partners of those characters. But then when Black Panther comes, you're like, holy shit, he's his own character? Yes. Just like Sam Wilson is his own character. But okay, we're going to pretend like his ass don't matter until he becomes Captain America. Okay. Even though Luke Cage was over there on Netflix just chilling out, no, we're going to pretend like that doesn't exist. Or Cloak from Cloak and Dagger, we're going to pretend like that doesn't exist neither. Oh, okay. All right. Sure. Yeah, I agree with that one.
It only exists when it matters to them, my friend. That's true. When it only exists.
That is definitely a true statement for real. And Sam said Black Panther annoyed me on how it didn't connect to the war well. Okay, I think what people need to understand, Sam, because I don't think you probably understand. I mean, a lot of MCU fans don't understand. Marvel got the news that DC was doing Batman vs Superman: Dawn of Justice, so Feige wanted to one up DC with that by doing Captain America: Civil War. And the movie was being written at the same time that it was being filmed. Then, on top of that, Kevin was talking to Sony to bring in Spider-Man as well. So they were trying to bring in Black Panther, Spider-Man, and they were trying to one-up Batman vs. Superman: Dawn of Justice. It was a lot of process. It was filmed down here in Atlanta, Georgia. And the movie was not, the script was not finished at all. Like, they were literally writing the script the day towards finishing up the movie. Yeah. That's how much of a hot mess the MCU was at the time. And it's kind of surprising that people didn't see the cracks in the MCU phase 3, because I know I saw it. I was just like, okay, all right, this shit's starting to look crazy, especially Age of Ultron. Age of Ultron really made me be like, whoa, hold the fuck on. Y'all fucking up bad. But nobody didn't want to believe me at first. And then, of course, phase 4 coming around. Now everybody was like, oh my god, the MCU is just slacking. No shit, Sherlock. They focused on superheroes.
Yeah, the MCU really just should have stopped after Infinity War. I mean, what else to do, man? There's just nothing no more. It's just nothing anymore.
And then the article that IGN posted about the hours of the phase 4, I said, holy fuck, and still shit didn't happen. Nothing happened.
Exactly, it's just pointless story. They're not building to anything.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. At least if you were going to do something, at least build to something. They're not even building up to anything. It's just like, here's this,
and
I'm like,
stupid talk about the freaking Kang dynasty and that he's gonna be a major villain, but now they're not doing anything with that. It's just stupid movies with no need to exist that are just used to make money.
Right. And then the whole thing with Thor Love and Thunder as well, too, is like people were complaining about Thor Love and Thunder. And I'm like, you do realize some of the stuff that you guys are complaining about is the exact same bullshit that happened in Ragnarok. What did you think was going to happen?
Ragnarok, and seriously,
Ragnarok is Batman Forever.
Thor Love and Thunder, seriously, Gore was butchered. I mean, and his son was turned into a daughter. Does no one in the MCU have sons anymore? It's all just daughters and daughters and daughters. Can't a dude just have a son?
That's what
even in comics I'm starting to see this. People can't have sons anymore, just daughters.
Blade got a daughter all of a sudden. Other characters who just now introducing when they get babies, oh, they're daughters too. Of course, they're all fucking girls because that makes logical sense. And then, I remember I was reading the Captain Marvel the End storyline, right? With Carol ad. All the Avengers had kids. Tell me why most of the kids were girls and why most of the girls were fucking gay. Get the fuck out of here with this bullshit. This shit don't make no sense no more. Like.
Even in the you ever seen that old movie of the next Avengers and the Avengers kids? Hey, they kept it into a line of 50-50. At least they tried to make it stable.
Yeah, I mean, and then it makes sense. But my thing is, they keep doing these future stories, and the future stories have the children of the Avengers or X-Men. Most of the characters female, and then all of a sudden they're fucking lesbian, and then they're talking about we're dying out. Yes, of course you're fucking dying out because y'all all are fucking lesbian.
No one's making fucking babies. Of course the human race is dying out without babies. What are you expecting that was going to happen?
Exactly. That's why it really, it all goes back to when I was talking about The Last of Us Part 2 too, is where Abby bitch ass couldn't be that fucking slow unless she was a trans man. But even then, there's no product around because there's no doctors around because most of the characters are fucking LGBT in the damn thing. Which I don't mind that Ellie's an LGBT person, but when all of y'all are fucking LGBT,
there's actually no problem with being LGBT in post-apocalyptic stories, but you just have to be 100% sure of what you have to do because again, humanity's dying out. At least make sure to you don't even have to enjoy it. Just make sex with one dude at least, make a damn baby, just go with it.
Right.
There's no love in it. It's just literally to make sure humanity lives out.
Like Levi with Lev, Lev in Last of Us Part 2. They did the whole thing was like she wanted to be a warrior. I mean, he wanted to be a warrior or whatever, and because he doesn't want to be a wife or whatever. And it's just like the reason why your people are protective of women is because they have to create life. I don't understand this whole I don't need no man kind of business.
Exactly. There's a reason why in human history the men were always the ones sent to die in wars, and women stayed at home, safety, because they are the life bringers. It's their job to bring in the next
Exactly.
generation and not die.
Exactly. Exactly. And it's just like people don't understand that. They swear it's because, oh, you guys hate LGBT people. And it's just like, for once in your life, think far past this notion of that. You actually need to understand why people say it's not realistic to have LGBT people in certain events or certain areas, because you have to continue the line along. And then, of course, you have those LGBT people that say, well, thanks to science, you can have a kid without having to mate or whatever. Okay, but that shit costs a lot of money. A lot of y'all don't understand, because I've seen some LGBT people that I know who were struggling to have kids because of how hard it is to either get
Exactly.
sperm or eggs or even adopt. So don't give me that
Ser-
nonsense of, oh, it's easy. It's not. It's not.
Seriously, look at the numbers worldwide. In birth through insemination for LGBTQ couples is actually very small because not everyone has the money for that.
Exactly. So it costs a lot of money. What you should have did, what you should do, is, even if it is LGBT, just like Finn said, is take a drink, watch some lesbian porn or gay porn, and pretend for a night.
Yeah, just you
And
just need to
pretend
do this just once and be certain that you got enough amount to make a kid.
exactly. Exactly. I
There
only
doesn't need to
remember
be any
Levi.
love in it. There doesn't need to be any freaking marriage. Just it's just business. No love, just
Exactly.
business.
Just make it a business transaction. Hell, it is what it is. I mean, hell, we know that there are some people who don't even have relationships, because contrary to popular belief, is a lot of heterosexuals who share children. A lot of them actually made plans with each other. Was like, hey, I'm not really trying to get in a relationship with nobody, but I do want kids. And they were like, I feel the same way too. So let's have kids. We're gonna screw with each other. We're gonna have kids, and it's a business transaction, and that's it. Make it look like that. Because I remember another actor, Lance Bass from NSYNC. He kept getting rejected for eggs for him and his husband, so they can have a baby, and it took him forever. It took him like almost 12 years to finally secure an egg where they can artificially inseminate it and put in a woman who can carry the baby for him and his husband. And I just was like, that's what happens. You should have just got with a woman and fucked her and call it a day.
Seriously, the guy is rich as hell. All you need to do is literally pay some lady, just do it with her one night. Literally just
Right.
he can literally just grab a cup, play with his little Johnson, wait until something comes out, give it to the lady, and then just
Right.
use a freaking syringe in the bathroom and it's done. They don't even need sex.
E-
Just pay her.
e-
It's not prostitution.
exactly.
It's just a different. It's just a transaction.
Just a
Literally,
transaction.
it's not
Just
prostitution.
transaction. Hey everybody, I know I'm doing an early stream and stuff like that, but me and Finn wanted to discuss a few things that was going on in pop culture, especially y'all was asking me to talk about the Woman King, y'all favorite movie that's about to come out soon, and I thought who better to talk about it than Finn. So that's why we're doing this live stream and stuff like that. Sam said I only remember Levi when she went face first into the garage door. That shit was hilarious. That man tossed her ass into that garage door. He was like, "Bitch." I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to laugh. What am I fooling? I guess I didn't mean to laugh. And Ram said, "Women be all stronger, independent, goes wrong, and then it's all daddy state, save me." You right. You right about that. You are definitely right about that. Ram said that the Woman King is going to rewrite history to make the good guys. I don't know how to say that word, Finn. So what do you say it?
The name of the country?
No, the tribe make the
Dahomey.
Holomananians. Oh, Dahomey. Okay, Dahomey's the good guys. Oh, so you're okay.
Seriously,
All right. So now I'm getting it. So, okay, I see. I misunderstood some of the stuff that was going on. Okay, so they're the bad guys. Oh shit,
Yes,
that's what you're telling me. Oh, they're the bad guys. Oh
yes.
snap. Oh
They
my
the
God.
kingdom
Everything I
back
read
in
is
their day,
completely
the
wrong.
kingdom of the Dahomey. Like back in the old day,
Oh,
the kingdom of Dahomey used to kidnap people, make them into slaves, and sell them to the Europeans. I mean, what do you expect? You really think European people sacrifice their lives walking into unknown territory with God knows how many dangers just to kidnap a couple of people and bring them back to the land? Hell no, they hire the local help. The kingdom of Dahomey used to grab them all the time. Enemies, just people walking around and get them ready in the ports, and the Europeans took them.
okay. See, I misread. I misread some of the information. That's why. Right? Because see, they're doing this whole
But
empowerment women thing. I was like, oh God, these women. Even though I was just like, I think it's kind of weird that they're trying to make these women these
wait,
badasses.
wait,
But
what do
I
you
mean,
think
I
we're
think
talking
so a
about?
little.
The homie were literally slavers. What do you think we're talking
Damn,
about, man?
they're not gonna. They're not gonna show that one. Then they're not even.
Oh
They're
no, they are
not
not.
going to do that. They're going to make them the
They are
victims.
not.
They're going to make them the victims. Oh shit!
Yeah,
They're going to make them the victims. Oh, oh! This movie is Oscar bait. Oscar bait.
yeah,
And that means there's going to be a
yeah.
scene where Viola Davis gets violated in this movie because it's got to make her realize that I have to stand up to these white crackers and I have to defend my homeland.
They
That's
were
exactly what they're.
literally allies to the crackers. They were one of the African histories with the biggest relationships with Europe. Seriously, they were not
Mm.
enemies to the white man. They were friends to them.
But see, a
Good
lot of black
friends,
people ain't
some
gonna
may
know that.
say.
But
Yeah,
the
yeah.
black people ain't gonna.
Yeah, the black community in America likes to alter history a lot to make themselves look good, to make themselves look like victims and not actually go after the actual people to blame. I mean, all sides have blame on it, but you have to admit a few have more than the other.
Right. Okay, Ram. Yeah, Ram is right. The British tried to stop them from slave trading. See that? That's crazy.
Yeah, yeah, it's the guy
Yeah,
Boyega's playing. He literally threw a fit when the slavery was going to get canceled. He was pissed. And from what I see, they're going to kind of depict him as some kind of honorable king. When he died, they killed 1,000 slaves in his honor. I don't think they're going to show that part.
and if you really think about it, now that I think about it, if you go back to British history, technically they didn't have any slaves. Like when the British came to America and stuff like that, it was only when the British went to America is when they kind of actually fully embraced the slave trade thing kind of going on. If you kind of think about it.
Uh, yeah, kind
No,
of,
I'm talking about like
yeah.
like there wasn't no slaves, but what I'm saying is like it feels like it's been because if you because right here where you're saying you got the British Empire trying to stop the slave trade thing got kind of going on, but the slave trade marketing was really big over in America though, you know.
Mm.
So I don't know. It's so crazy that we're taking history like that and trying to take away the bad and trying to change these bad people into good people. But hell, that's the United States in general. They've been trying to take villainous characters for years and trying to say that they're heroes, while the heroes are the bad guys apparently, because that makes
Again,
sense.
yeah, but this one is literally the equivalency of making the Germans from the 40s look like heroes. Not a good idea.
You right. You right about that one. The
Specifically,
question
when
is, you think
people in Africa still remember them.
yeah. The question is, you think that when the movie's closer to release, you think that there might be like some backlash of like not releasing the movie or anything, or do you think they're
Mm.
gonna still, or you think people are just gonna be like, oh no, we're gonna push it and we're gonna force it down everybody's throat?
Yeah, they're gonna do some stupid excuse like it's for representation and empowering black women. Yet the kingdom of Dahomey. Seriously, did none of these people ever read actual African literature? They just
Nope.
shit on everything they grab.
Yeah, I mean, for God's sakes, Finn, we've been asking them for like, hey, instead of taking these European other white culture folk tales and myths,
Just to
hey,
pick the African ones.
there's a whole continent called Africa that's full of black mythology and stories and fairy
And
tales that
stories.
you know what I'm saying? But
Yeah, but they found a way to fuck it up. Seriously, they
that's true.
fucked it up.
That's true. And then the first time they finally taken a story, here comes a story where they're literally over here.
You know one thing they could actually literally have gotten away with this if they did something like saying that this is a fictional tale, not an actual historical one. So they could have said it was fictional.
Yeah.
Even put a couple of African monsters there, and could have probably gotten away with it. But they just had to make it historical and shit on Africa's actual history.
Yeah, because it's more powerful. Yeah, you're right about that. That's damn crazy. That is so fucking crazy. When they could have easily did something like that. It's kind of like that's why I'm pissed off with the whole fucking Ariel shit from Disney talking about because diversity and inclusion. I was like, I'm quite sure there's some African myths that you could have easily used instead of making Ariel fucking black for a live action movie. Oh damn,
yeah, a lot of them.
I'm sorry. You know how I feel about Ariel, so I'm pissed the fuck off.
And they can even do. There's a lot.
Ugh. And they keep doing this too, and I don't understand why they keep taking redheaded people and they keep race swapping them to black people. And I'm like, what are you fucking trying to say? You do realize redheaded people have been through a lot of shit just like black people have, and you think what? Let's combine both struggles together by race swapping them? It's so weird. It's so weird.
Yeah. I mean, they could even do the story of the monkey warrior. It's pretty. I mean, there's this great story around the parts of Angola and so on. The parts between Angola and border. There's this old story about an African avatar, about the monkey, about the warrior of a monkey god. The Americans probably would never depict that one. It was more like more of a take on the god Elijah, but yeah, they never depict that. It was about this guy who had the powers of a monkey god, but again, black guy with powers of monkey. Yeah, the Americans aren't pretty good on that one, so they'd probably not do that because
like, what are you trying
stupidity.
To say? What are you trying to say? The monkeys? They're like, no, that's not what they're trying to say. It's just that he has.
In Africa, we use that a lot. It has not just powers of a monkey from the shit. It's elemental from like throwing fire. But it's just literally the monkey's literally just kind of like an avatar and shit. The symbolism of what it is and the symbolism of the god that he serves. But now they're never going to do that story. And it is really sad. Americans are avoiding a lot of good African stories because of what they view as good and wrong. And there are a lot of good ones here in Africa that can be done. But they just choose to ignore them because they think people will be offended. Well, that's the thing. Most cultures' stereotypes have an origin and they do have a point. So just do it and actually honor it.
Or they think that we wouldn't understand it. That we'll be too stupid not to understand anything.
Yes, and that in itself is more insulting.
I was like, you insult the American people by assuming that they wouldn't know stuff. I mean, I know the MCU isn't the best example of people because they are stupid. A lot of the MCU fans.
For freak's sake, one of my favorite mythological figures is the freaking Monkey King, Sun Wukong. And if I had to be the Monkey King, shit, I'm gonna take it. I don't give a fuck. That guy can literally destroy the universe in a day. I'd fucking take it.
Okay. So, because now that we have Thor, fucking up in the Marvel universe or whatever, is there any African god that you would have loved to see become a comic book superhero? I mean, besides the Monkey King, because let's be honest, we already know that would never fly. But if there was an African god or goddess that you could choose, what goddess or god would you want to see become like a superhero that can be a representation, but not a representation? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Fucking damn it. I mean,
So
why do black people in America have such a problem with monkeys? I mean, in Africa, they used to be depicted as way big. I mean, they were big. They were seen as symbols of the
because
gods, as connected to the mind, connected to strength. They were good symbols of mythology. What is wrong to be
because
compared
of
with a
the
monkey, man? The
because of back in
slavery
the
thing, yeah,
past.
I know,
Yeah.
because of slavery thing and monkey face, yeah, and all that crap. But still, I don't see it as an insult anymore. I mean,
And
if you're talking about it, so
you know how some people, that's how they insult black people, by saying you ugly ass monkey, and you just be like, so and God knows we don't need no trigger warning for nothing. No, I wouldn't mind seeing it. I wouldn't mind seeing the Monkey King, but at the same time, they'd probably be like, "Oh, that's cultural appropriation because China has a Monkey King. There go black people appropriating another culture myth." And I'm like, "Okay, all right."
that's the thing.
Oh,
Africa has a lot of monkey based gods and heroes too. As I mentioned, Ilbis himself is or is was it Ilgis? Depends on the interpretation. He has a lot of names depending on the part of Africa you go. He was a monkey god. Throw lightning out of his ass was fun. Is a fun read. Not a lot of people know the story though. But yeah, it's good.
my,
But yes, it's good. Monkeys have symbols in most cultures around the world, not just Asian ones. So
oh
yeah.
yeah. I mean,
I mean,
I just
that
really
was
wish
actually
the
one good
more
thing about
you,
the Lion King that I enjoyed. They had this monkey guy in the Lion King. There was a source or spiritual. That was how it was depicted in
yeah,
monkeys in the past. They
Rafiki,
used to see them as spiritual and intelligent creatures.
yeah, Rafiki. You follow Rafiki, he knows the way. And he used to always hit people
Yeah.
upside the head in order for them to understand the wisdom that he was trying to give them. And he had a shaman magic and stuff like that. That was pretty cool to see that or whatever. But I already know if they did depict that, they would have probably tried to destroy it. But I will tell you this: I did like what that episode of Static Shock where when Static went to Africa and we got to see a Nazi. I thought that was a
Oh
cool
yeah,
character
another
that
good another
you
cool
know,
African myth. Anansi, he was a trickster, adventurer, storyteller. There's so many ways to go with that.
yeah, you could easily depict him as a cool superhero character that's up in the lights with Thor or whatever. Lord knows, Lord knows after what the MCU did with Thor after Thor Love and Thunder, which I already tell people Thor Love and Thunder is literally Batman and Robin. If you like Thor Love and Thunder, you like Batman and Robin. You can't say
I've
Batman and
already
Robin
told
suck.
him do not insult it like that. It is Batman and Robin
I
is
know, but
better
I'm
than
saying
Love and Thunder.
that's true. But I was using it as a comparison because it's just like everything that he complained about Batman Forever and Batman and Robin
Oh,
about is what Ragnarok and what Thor Love and Thunder did, but just at a higher level. And people were like, "Oh my god, these are amazing!" But then y'all trash Batman Forever and Batman and Robin. What? Make the shit make sense. You know? That's why I thought it was funny. That's why I had to make the comparison because I'm just like everything that you guys were complaining about Forever and Batman and Robin is literally what Ragnarok and Thor Love and Thunder did. And you guys were like, this was amazing. You can't have it both ways. You can't say that, oh, it's amazing because it's the MCU, but when DC does it, oh, it's terrible and it's hot trash. No, that don't make no damn logical sense. And then I heard that Taika Waititi is supposed to be directing Batman 2, the Batman 2. I'm like, okay. Okay, if you want to, go ahead. Hell, I don't care. I didn't watch the movie anyway because I thought it was lame.
I was the CGI was just a horror fest.
I mean, you honestly you can tell it. And then what makes it even worse? What makes it even worse is how the visual effects people are coming out and they're like, "Oh man, this shit is terrible." I mean, like they rush
Yes.
us all the time. No shit, Sherlock. It didn't take a rocket scientist to figure that out. How many shows and movies from Marvel have we seen recently? And everything's been lazy, honestly.
Oh, you want another
It,
good
it,
story? Another good African
no,
story. Do Missing, the African ape fire god. That guy was freaking legendary. He was like a demon of destruction, causing death and badass all over the world. He was pretty much a villain, but you can work that around. I mean, you just need to be smart with that. I mean, again,
you can use him as a villain for whoever you want the African god to be a hero with. That could definitely work because there are some Thor characters that are heroic, sort of, but they make them villainous for Thor to fight. So that could work.
Yeah.
But that does sound badass though. Like a demonic fire god demon gorilla. Sign me up.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I was seriously.
I'm surprised they didn't try to do anything with the Egyptian gods. You would think that they would try to do. The only time they do something is when they do something with Anubis, and that usually is like, oh, because we have to go to the realm of Anubis. That's it. Can we? There are other African gods. I mean, Egyptian gods. Can we like make one of them heroic or something? Damn. I'm just saying. They never touch the Egyptian gods. If they do touch the Egyptian gods, we get movies like Gods of Egypt. Yikes! What the hell was that? You can put this god up with Oni, the god of iron. Ooh, that sounds cool.
Yeah,
that sounds cool. See, we need a little bit more of that. Sam said the MCU is the new happy Adam Sandler's audience. You right. Adam Sandler's audience. So the fuck movie.
And there's a lot of mythological. Yeah. There's a lot of cool mythological African weapons they can bring to the modern world with stories of monsters in the modern age. I mean, there's Shaka Zulu's shield. There's Abigi's staff. There's the hammer of. Look, there's a lot of cool African mythological weapons that they can bring up that go toe to toe freaking Mjolnir. Trust me, it is easy to write African tales.
I would love to see a cool instead of. I would love to see a cool African goddess be like a superhero for like the modern time or something like that, and just get people more into the myths and stuff like that. Because don't get me wrong. I mean, we've seen so many.
And that would actually be good too. Most African goddesses were always seen as spirits of motherhood, careness, and protecting the innocent, except for the deaf ones. But yeah, that would actually be a good thing for the modern age. A good spirit of motherhood.
Yeah,
teach people that it's okay to be a mother to a good child.
I think the Egyptian god of law and order, Mata. I don't know if I said her name correctly. But I think she could be a great superhero if you do the character right, because she has the scale of justice and law and order and stuff like that, and that could be really cool depending on what kind of cool design you want to do with her. I think if you play your cards right, she can definitely be up there with like Wonder Woman as like a popular fictional.
Yeah, it could. Anything could. It just needs to be well written.
Yeah. Fierce Apathetic Black Queen said the women king are more like women men queen. Well, damn. They did say they made sure that they got powerful black strong women to play supporting characters and half the army, because they need to show them how powerful and how strong women can do. Like, women are capable of everything, including having kids and kicking men's butt. And I'm like, yeah, that's the way to go about that. Yes, I heard about that terrible finale where it looks like they're teasing that Kamala Khan might be a mutant, and I'm just like, I don't care anymore. It just, at this point, you just be like, fuck it. You just be like, fuck it. You'd be like, fuck it. And it's kind of funny because how they always like to tell us as comic book fans that we need to respect the MCU's decision, and it's just like, why would I respect their decisions and their choices when they can't respect me as a fan, and they can't respect the material that is based off of? Well, it's an adaptation. Yeah. That's not an excuse to just completely shit over everything. You can make an adaptation of story, but when you're changing the characters' powers, their race, their gender, their sexuality, you went too far. That's not That's not being adapted. That's just making changes for no reason. Oh man, Sam said, "Man, imagine if DC used characters for Gorilla Grodd's side of the universe." Oh yeah, because Gorilla Grodd is in Africa, and his main villain is I mean, his main person that he fights is the Flash. It's kind of funny that Flash fights a fucking gorilla in Africa.
Yeah,
I'm surprised they didn't try
is.
to. I am surprised they didn't try to do that. Actually, that they haven't brought in an African superhero. But I will tell you, I would want them to expand on that Red Lion character, who is like a knockoff Black Panther character. But I'm like, fuck it, who cares? Like, let's go, let's do something with the character. Might as well. Lord knows y'all always say there's not enough diversity characters. But then when you have an original one, y'all don't want to do anything with it. But then you want to take a classical white character and be like, let's put a Black person in it. Okay, that's dumb. That's stupid. Cause I don't know if you know about you seen it when I did the post about Black Adam introducing his new replacement, White Adam, that black kid who's being the new Black Adam. And I'm just like, well, y'all could have not killed Black Adam off, and you could have easily still introduced Malik as White Adam because the Black Adam family they don't do anything with it. But then you could have reintroduced Red Lion as a character that could have been like allied to Black Adam, but also his enemy when you need to.
DC's Black Panther.
Yeah. At least that way you at least have two villains fighting each other, because it's kind of weird because it seems like DC's trying to make Black Adam this superhero, and it's just like he's not a superhero. Yes, Ram,
he's
I
a
know what I said.
Villain.
Yes, I know exactly what the hell I said. Yes, the character Malik White is Black, and because his last name is White, when he transformed into Black Adam, he is now called White Adam. I know the irony is not lost on me about it. I was like, this motherfucker called himself White Adam. Done. Oh, Jesus Christ. Well, I mean, hell, we got Black Canary, and that's a white woman, so we might as well get White Adam.
Oh my God! Stop turning. So you just remind me, Black Canary. They made her black in the DC cinematic universe, right?
Yeah, they did. They did, and they're trying to get her to do a solo movie. They're trying to get her to do a solo movie. Like, you do realize a lot of us didn't like her ass, right? Like, stop.
Yeah. They could have made a Black Wonder Woman by using Oya. The Yoruba African goddess of war. She was badass. I mean, she had war, fire, magic. Look, again, a lot of good elements in African myths that idiots in Hollywood want to drop out. So many good.
And it's just like she literally looked like Vixen. Well, yeah, she actually had Vixen's first costume on in the movie when they had the final battle. I was like, ain't that Vixen's costume that she first had when she first came into DC comic books? What the fuck?
Yeah, they could have just said it was Vixen or something.
I really wish it was Vixen instead. It was kind of good. It was kind of bittersweet to see Vixen in that Beware My Power movie for a short while. I was like, well, damn, how the fuck you leave her? Why the hell you leave her at home? And then we saw the rest of the movie. I'm like, never mind. I'm glad they didn't drag her ass into this boomer shit. God, John can't catch a break at all. Damn. That movie was horrible.
I mean, God, seriously, John deserved better. They could have done better with him. Like, I got friends who enjoyed that movie, and I have no problem, but still, it deserved better.
Yeah, I think once we got to the Green Lantern Corps being destroyed, like fully destroyed, it was just kind of like, okay, let's figure out this mystery. And then once we got to the Rand planet, that's when the movie fell apart. I was just like, oh fuck no, they're dragging in the Rand and Thanagarian War arc into this story. Come on now, this shit don't make no damn sense. They literally put 5 stories. So not only did they hold on, let me let me block this nonsense. We're not playing that game around here. You're not about to sit up here and put all that bullshit on here. Okay. Um so Beware My Power. Not only was it trying to do Emerald Twilight, it was trying to do the Return of the Green Lanterns. It was trying to do Jon Stewart's introduction. It took Kyle
And
Rayner's
also the
origin story,
Rand Thanagar War
the
too.
Rand Thanagarian War, Adam Strange, Hawk Girl. I was like, wait, hold on. There's about 7 damn story arcs in this one damn movie. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? And the rise of the Yellow Lanterns. And then what makes it so bad is only Sinestro and the girl are the only ones that had the yellow ring, while the other Yellow Lanterns used weapons. What? Why y'all didn't have y'all rings on? Y'all are the Sinestro Corps. It made no absolutely sense. And then that whole ending with what's his goddamn name, when Hal Jordan became Parallax, I was like, look at him looking like roasted, crusted pie. He looked like burnt pie crust. That's what he looked like. That shit was terrible. And it's kind of weird because this is our first time being introduced to Hal Jordan, and you're making him a good a villain. You guys act like we already knew who the hell these characters were. And that was the problem with Green Lantern Beware My Power, is that they act like we've been in this universe for a long time, which they officially call it the Tomorrowverse. They call it the Tomorrowverse. So Superman, Man of Tomorrow, Justice Society, World War II, Batman: A Long Halloween Part 1 and Part 2, and Beware My Power are in the same universe. But it just doesn't make any sense with the Green Lantern movie because it hasn't been that many years yet. Because the Justice League
There hasn't been any actual build up. They just present the Justice League and characters like Vixen. They need to build up this shit. Show us Hal first, then do the others. Why can't they get that?
Yeah, and then my thing is the reason why Hal even became possessed by Parallax is because of a time of great, sorrow and tragedy. But Superman hasn't died yet. So in order for that to happen, Superman has to die, Superman has to return, Cyborg Superman has to be created, and then he has to team up with Mongol. And none of that stuff happened yet for Hal Jordan to be easily possessed by the Yellow Lantern, by Parallax makes absolutely no sense. Because the only reason why Hal was even possessed is because of the tragic loss, and then him being upset with the Guardians. So it was just weird how they even chose that. And I understand they don't want to, because I know there was a comic book reader who read all the Green Lantern stuff, and he was talking about how there's a writer for DC who worked on most of the Green Lantern books, and because he was found guilty for like sexual misconduct, DC doesn't want to, use his work or whatever. And it's like,
special misconduct. What the hell did he do?
He didn't go into details with the person. Apparently, he did some stuff. He went to jail for it, and I guess because he went to jail, he doesn't want to promote his work. But it's just like the work that he did for Green Lanterns during the late 80s and all the way to the early 2000s. That's not fair that we don't get a chance to see that, because that's where Jon Stewart, that's where Kyle Rayner, that's where Guy Gardner had a lot of their storylines at. And I know some people like Hal Jordan, but it's unfair that those 3 characters get the shit can because DC doesn't want to reprint their stories. It's unfair to people. So when people say they don't really know nothing about that much about John, Kyle, or Guy, yeah, because DC chooses to ignore all of those storylines and go straight to, Hal Jordan's back as Green Lantern. Which, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that I don't like Hal Jordan, but it is getting kind of tiring that they keep giving him all the storylines, but then you keep introducing all these Green Lanterns. If you're going to introduce all these Green Lanterns, you need to start giving some storylines to them. Especially John. John's been around for a long time, and they still keep ignoring him for the storylines. He's just there when y'all need him to be. It is weird, honestly. I just thought it was such a disservice to John more so than Hal. And then everybody, and I saw people on Twitter which I'm glad people didn't like the movie. But it was like, oh my god, they always making Hal Jordan the evil guy. And I'm like, no, you guys are over exaggerating because DC's been using Hal Jordan since 2000 and I believe 2018 is when they stopped using Hal Jordan. He was in everything Green Lantern wise. The only thing they didn't do was then bring him into the animated movie. That was it. I mean, the animated show. Other than that, Hal Jordan was used all the time. And then they were like, oh my god, they're always making Hal Jordan evil. They only made him evil twice with the Parallax shit. And then the other times were in alternate realities. So what are you guys talking about? Like, I get it. You love Hal Jordan, but come on now. Let's not pretend like Hal Jordan haven't been fair to the other Lanterns because I thought this was going to be John Stewart's breakout time. You know, when I heard that he was getting a solo movie, I was like, finally, he gets to break out, and finally, you know, people get to really understand John Stewart. And just for that movie just to let me down like that, I was just pissed the fuck off. I was like, man, get the fuck out of here with this shit. It's because he black. That's all I got. Like, it's because he black. That's how I feel about it. The movie was such a disservice, not only to John Stewart, but to the entire Green Lantern mythos. Like, I don't want them to touch the Green Lantern mythos at all for the next movie. Skip over it. Do whatever you gotta do. Don't touch Green Lantern no more. You're done. Tomorrowverse.
Look, if you're not gonna do any build up or actual intelligent writing, just don't touch it. Do something else.
Exactly. That's how I feel about it. Because they could have easily did the two storylines for John Stewart, where the one where he accidentally blowed up that plant. He was fighting that guy. I forgot who the guy was. Or they could have did the mosaic art for John Stewart if you really wanted to do something like that. Or you could have took the storyline that they did with that guy in Justice League. The first season of Justice League when John and that guy was he set John up for murder or whatever. They could have easily did a storyline like that for John Stewart and expanded on that storyline, but they didn't want to do that. Instead, they made him a drunk soldier who was dealing with PTSD, and it's just like John got over that a long time ago.
Or they just could have done him as an architect. Again, they just touched the soldier part, never the architect.
Yeah, they sure did. You're right about that. You're definitely right about that. I was thinking the same thing too. Like the ring could have came to him at the let's say Hal Jordan was already established. We already know the story, and we know that Guy Gardner was his replacement. Let's say that Guy Gardner was fighting a serious character that John will fight the rest of this movie. And he defeats Guy Gardner, which the ring goes to John Stewart, and was like, "Hey, John Stewart, you have the great deal. Will welcome to the Green Lantern Corps." And you know, at first,
or they could have just done the original story where he was an architect working for Ferris Air. He already knew Hal, had a form of a friendship with him, and was chosen by the Guardians because of their relation, similar personality.
Well, yeah, but I'm just trying to make it a little bit more action based, you know, give it a little bit more action because I know they wanted to do something with John Stewart but they wanted to also kind of disconnect him from Hal Jordan, so that's why I had said that. Try to do something like that, but it would have been nice to give John something, and I really thought that that's what Jeffrey Thorne's bitch ass was gonna do in that Green Lantern run, but no. He turned into JoJo Mulligan and Green Lantern bullshit. That damn Green Lantern run was fucking terrible. I don't know if you read any of it, though, but that book was garbage. And remember, this is written by a black person, so you know how some of y'all always be like, "Oh, get a black person to write black characters." Sure, because he definitely could write John Stewart. No. Yo, motherfuckers, little pickled has entered the house. Of course, Arno. This is what I have to deal with Arno all the time.
Seriously, no wonder we're always throwing him at the corner, man.
Exactly. Corner. if you see the live streams on Friday, the shit that he be typing on the thing, I'd be like, that's it, Arno. Corner. Corner. Oh god. And I know everybody's gonna be excited about this whole Young Ripper thing because that Ripperverse is coming out. I'm like, oh shit. I'm thinking about putting some money into it, but I gotta wait until my next paycheck come in. But by then, that thing, the first issue and stuff will probably be gone. I mean, the stuff that he was giving for it, but oh well, that's fine. Sometimes you just gotta wait. But it looks pretty interesting though. What do you think about it? Because I know a lot of people were attacking Young Ripper about it. About the whole thing. I remember this black guy, he was talking about how it was an endangerment to other black creators. How
is an endangerment? I mean, it's good that a black creator is making something of himself and growing it into a success. It actually shows that there's a lot of creativity in the black community and would actually uplift more hiring in such community. So how is it bad?
Because he doesn't have the right politics apparently, or he comes out of nowhere. He makes $1 million. He makes $1 million, and I've been doing this for 10 years.
I mean, he's been speaking about comics for years.
But I think not
only that, I'm pretty sure he's a known musician or something. Isn't he a known musician?
Ripper's been in the entertainment business for a long time. And I think it's because with crowdfunding, a lot of them, the reason why they're doing crowdfunding is because they need the funds in order to promote the book. I mean, in order to do the book. But what Young Ripper did is that he took the money that he was getting from Super Chats and all his, various businesses that he be doing, and he paid the artist. He paid the artist to do the book. And then he's like, hey, I'm going to be doing a comic book or whatever. So while he was always talking about it, he already was having people work on the comic book. So the book is already finished. All we got to do is wait until it's time to be delivered now. But I mean, he didn't think that people were going to get him all the way up to $1 million. You know what I'm saying? Well, I think at this recording, it's 1.2 million right now. So that's good for him. I'm like, hey, at least he has the book done. And then they said that he said it's 98 pages. So it's 98 pages. And it's $30 for the whole book. And I think that's a good deal, especially for a new creator to come out and stuff like that. And I know it was one guy, he was like, I'm not paying $30 for a 94 page and stuff like that, because Marvel and DC has these collections where it's 400 pages and it's like less than $30. Well, congratulations. You can go and buy that. But this is a brand new person who's doing his own company, who's doing his own business, and he's using the money that he's getting to make more comics. So, of course, he has to charge a premium because he's doing everything. He rented the warehouse, he got the printer, he got the site up, he got the writers, he got the artists, everything, all on his own with his own money. He spent over $20,000 to get this stuff out. So you can't blame him that he's doing his own thing by himself. I think it's a good idea.
Okay.
But some people
yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna have to turn off for the moment. I got events going up.
Oh, okay.
All right. Peace to y'all.
All right. But yeah, but he's doing his own thing, and I think it's really cool. I just think it's kind of crazy that people are like think that it's an endangerment. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of crazy. And like I had said before, with the whole black creators kind of thing, is that I see a lot of black creators that always complain about they're not getting support or whatever. But another thing is I also hear a lot of black creators that they only keep leading off with their characters being fucking black. Stop. If any black creator, anybody in here that is listening to what I'm saying, Do not focus on your character's skin color or sexuality. Don't focus on that. Do not promote that. Just say that these are good characters and you got to interact with people. Make a YouTube channel. If you got a social media, start promoting. You gotta start interacting with people. I don't know why people think that you can start a social media site just because you get a whole lot of popularity of a lot of posts or whatever. If you're not interacting with that audience, why should that audience interact with you? You know what I'm saying? I just don't understand that. To me, that doesn't make logical sense. Why would you think that you can just throw out artwork or throw out a book and then be like, go ahead? You know, that's another thing too. No, definitely know how to write. But my thing is, I always I always see a lot of Black creators always complain about, oh, I've been doing this for a long time and I ain't got no support. But it's just like, okay, what do you have then when I question you? And what is a lot of people's thing is that they lead off with the characters being Black. That's not a good reason for me to support you, is because the character's Black. Okay, and what else? What else? What can these characters do? And then if they are good books, that's great and all, but you're not promoting them like that. Yeah, you'll post them on social media. You'll post them on You'll post them on Twitter, but then you don't interact with people. So if I'm liking your stuff, if I'm reposting or whatever, you're barely giving me anything to work with, you know? And that's nice if you have a big con scene, because I know some people do a lot of their work in the convention scene. And that's fine. Do that. I'm happy for you. But you have to understand that if you want people to support your stuff, you got to start reaching out to people. Because sometimes, like for instance, I'm a black creator, right? And I talk about stuff. For instance, let's say a Black popular creator of comic books. They don't really have a social media, but they have a good book. Okay, send me a copy. And then I can review it or whatever, stuff like that. Sometimes you have to throw out a little bit of stuff to get people out there. You know what I mean? And sometimes I'm not saying because I want free items, but maybe work with my channel, work with me, and then I can help you out. Do something like that. And this isn't me saying that you should help me out. What I'm saying is, if you want people like me and others to read your book or whatever, you can't just focus on the fact that you're Black. You got to focus on more than that. Hold on, guys. Give me 1 second. You can't just say, here's a book and I'm campaigning it. Or then you got people that be like, oh, I want to do campaigning, but I don't want to talk about it. Or I don't feel like promoting. Okay, so if you don't feel like talking, doing live streams, going on other people's shows, or making your own channel talking about it, how do you thinking that you're going to get stuff, and then you get mad that somebody comes in out of nowhere and then they made more money than you've made in the past couple of years doing it? Well, because they know the game, they hustled. You kind of have to know. You just got to know. That's how I feel about the whole situation. I know some people think it's different, but you can't expect people to support you and then you don't interact with them. That's why, like, when I do my social media stuff, I try my best to like answer everyone's comment or whatever and stuff like that. And sometimes you'll see me promote other people's stuff on my social media. That's just how I am. But I've been seeing a lot of popular pages that got a lot of following that are begging people to follow or support their Patreon or support their channel or support them with coffee or whatever. And it's just like, but are you interacting with those people? Because even I'm interacting with those people, but it's not like people are like giving me super chats or saying, hey, Trey, can we buy some of your artwork to support you or whatever? Because I'm not saying that kind of stuff. But even then, even if I was promoting stuff, I'm not going to beg you guys to buy or support me. I would love for people to support me, but only because you want to do it, not because you're obligated to, if that makes sense. I know it's kind of crazy of what I'm trying to say, but I'm trying to get it out because my allergies are trying to kick in. Give me one more second because I'm about to sneeze and I don't want you guys to hear it. Okay, sorry about that. I just didn't want you guys to hear that nasty ass constant sneeze. You ever had that sneeze where you sneeze and it hurts your body to sneeze, and then you constantly keep sneezing back to back, where you be like, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. That's what just happened. Turdette Groomstand is trashing the Rippaverse and said it's going to fail in defend SJW DC Comics. Yeah, I'm quite sure. I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, I'm okay. It's just my allergies. Even though it's pollen. And another thing is, like I said, I went to the doctors and I'm finding out that I'm allergic to almost every goddamn thing around me. But it is what it is. But sometimes when you sneeze, it'd be like, God damn it. I remember Spawn at first. It wasn't revealed that he was black or Image Shadowhawk. They didn't reveal his identity until later, which was cool. Yeah. Sometimes you just got to do stuff like that, but it is what it is. But what I'm saying is, like, for instance, I'm on this channel. You guys don't hear me be like, oh my God, can you please buy my stuff, right? I'm not doing that. I just be like, hey, can you guys follow my channel and give me a like, right? That's all I do, right? Now, if you guys ever want to buy something, let me know. I can get some artwork out for you guys. It's not perfect artwork, but it's artwork. I'll even sell some of these original drawings that I be doing, which you guys know that original drawings are going to have to be more expensive because they are originally drawn. But, you know, if people want to support my channel, that's great, right? But what I'm saying is, if I had a comic book, would it make sense for me not to promote it on my channel and not show you guys a little bit of something, right? It would or for instance, even though I'm not a big channel, wouldn't it be disrespectful that you guys interact with me and I don't answer nobody's comments at all, but you guys are giving me money, or you guys are buying the stuff, sort of, but I'm not interacting with you guys? Don't you guys will feel some kind of way? Like, that would be terrible, right? That would be terrible. So it's one of those things that I keep trying to tell people. If you want people to support you, you got to interact with them. You got to thank them. Like, I know I thank people when I hit my milestone. I thanked you guys because I didn't think I was going to hit this milestone. Hell, to be honest, I didn't really think I was going to still be doing this YouTube stuff. But apparently you guys like me enough, and I'm going to stay doing this thing because it's just kind of fun to interact with people and talk about stuff. And I do the same thing on my Instagram, and right now I'm doing my stuff on Twitter. But, you know, it is what it is. I just say that you just got to interact with people. You got to grow your audience, and you can't expect success to first happen immediately. But to get mad that somebody else has that major success, what it should do is should light a light under your firecracker and get your ass to do more work. For me, I wish I could do what Eric is doing, but with how my life is situated right now, I just don't have the time to really sit there and draw out a comic book. Would love to, but it's kind of like, hell, I got bills I got to pay. So unless I'm getting a sponsorship, unless people are sponsoring me, it makes it kind of hard to really sit down and focus on that kind of stuff. You get what I'm saying? I mean, I'll do drawings every now and then because, you know, I like to do artwork. That's just something I do. But as far as like trying to do a comic book, it's kind of hard because you're trying to do that while you're also trying to go to work, you know, and that's a lot of you know. Oh, sorry. Let me hear what all you guys are saying. I know you guys are probably like making fun of my thing. Bless you. You okay, Trey? Yes, I am all the time, right? Yep. Uh, just some guy keeps attacking Ripoff or something. I don't know, Fierce Apathetic Black Queen. I haven't followed just some guy in a long time, so I don't know. It's sometimes of cringe when there is begging. Like that's why I like what the critical drinker said. He's doing beg people if they want to support, they will. Yeah. All right, man. Don't be blowing your brains out. I'm trying not to. Almost everything. God damn it. Yeah, it's like your body's trying to fight you, right? um, maybe one of you should buy a tray a hazmat suit. Oh, Trey, you funny as hell, man. Of course we love it. It should inspire. Exactly. I used to watch a big YouTuber called Chris Stutman who reviews movies. He always say leave comments, but why? I never see him reply back to any comments at all. Right. I enjoy your passion for things. Thank you. Don't turn into DSP now. Wait, who's that? Is that a YouTuber? Is that a YouTuber, Ram? I'm not going to turn into whoever that person is. Let me see. Okay. What is this? Ooh, that is cool. That is awesome. Okay, well, hold on. Let me remove that. Okay. I need to see. Y'all already know this stuff be a little bit hard sometimes. Let me see. Hold on, because I got to be careful with this stuff. Because they like to try to block people from doing stuff. So hold on, let me try to pull up something, and then I'm gonna try to show you guys. Give me 1 second.
Let's play a game.
Everybody likes kung fu fighting.
Vocalist, session musician.
Okay, where I'm at. Okay, let me see. Share. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, now that's just dumb. Or should I do this one? Hold on. Okay, but why didn't it show anything? This is weird. I thought it was going to show the screen. I'm sorry. I was trying to. That is crazy. All right, hold on. Ooh, that's pretty cool. Okay, all right. Okay, here you go. Oh, nope, never mind. Hold on, it took me out of that thing. Here we go. Here is the trailer for The Woman King.
That threatens our kingdom, our freedom.
Oh, look, the white man. They're evil. Evil!
They are not prepared for.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. They're not prepared for.
My king, the Europeans wish to conquer us.
The Europeans. You see that?
Step into the whole of Africa is theirs.
Mm.
We must fight back for our people.
Maneska, asking me to take them to war.
Some things are worth fighting for.
Don't know.
Based on true powerful events.
You are called to join the king's guard. No kingdom in all of Africa shares this privilege. Train hard, fight harder. We fear no one. And we fear no pain. I offer you a choice. Fight or we die.
Oh, that's something.
Ready for war. Where you going?
To be a warrior, you must kill your tears.
We are the spear of victory. We are the blade of freedom.
Oh, yeah.
We are the homie.
Don't know. Take my power. My power. My power. Don't know. Take my power. My power.
Oh, yeah. That was amazing, wasn't it? I hope you guys enjoyed that. Oh, I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let's see. Yo, Trey, do you have tips for comics drawing? I have some serious issues staying focused and forgetting the story halfway through. Okay. For comics drawing is something that I'm trying to learn to do is find some comic book artists to study. And I would say right now, probably try to mimic their artwork as best you can, and maybe sometimes trace to use it as inspiration. Because if you can get how they draw the stuff, it'll become memory. So when you do it, you'll be able to kind of grasp it yourself. And when it comes to like staying focused on the story halfway through, write it out. Put the important stuff that you want on paper, and then go back to it. Make some notes of it, if that makes sense. My God, Trey has turned into the dark side. Phil, he snorts. How do you relieve yourself from stress? I try to go to the gym. I try to watch some movies. Maybe go and get something to eat. It depends. And my favorite thing is to message RPJ that I'm gonna blow his ass up. It's fun. Because why not? And try to talk to somebody. Definitely try to talk to somebody that actually understands you, or something like that, so that way at least you have somebody. Let's see. Why do people hate Ripper? Because he's outspoken. And a lot of people don't like when certain people are outspoken. And jealousy. Slave King. What did it say? What did you say? Slave King with girl power. Pretty much. This is 300 version of African woke female empowerment shit. Some things are worth fighting for. like the right to maintain slave trade. The Amazons were not Marines, just saying. Yeah. Trey, what's your thoughts on Firestar being brought into the X-Men? I don't really care, but you better do something with her. If you're going to bring her in there, you better do something with her. Give me a second. Woman King, aka Black Panther 2, pretty much. Why they had the title The Woman King? What about the Woman Warrior? Because they're trying to make women be more masculine. Duh. And any real history will be lost at woke. Yep. AKA Black Lives Matter. Hold on. Give me 1 second, guys. I'll be right back. Sorry about that, guys. Had to take care of something with my grandma right quick. But let me see what all you guys are saying. Black people supporting a black slave should tell us we ain't making any fucking progress. Woman King Lives Matter. RPJ. Yes, RPJ is he's actually probably in the chat still. I don't know if he's in the chat still, but sometimes I mess with him while when I be texting him. So we talk dumb shit. He trying to get cute in the damn messages right now. Huh? What? Hold on, guys. What? What now? You can tell she did something about it. Okay, I she did right. Okay. This is what happens when you have a grandma, guys. Let me see what all you guys say. Trey McHale versus RPJ. That was a hell of a boxing match. He loses. He got, you know what's so funny is he has muscles, and yet I can whoop that ass. The wokest think Africa was let's see, hold on. Dang it, their messages don't went up. Give me a second, guys. I'm trying to see what you said without the thing going all the way back up. Since the white man arrived, yeah. Sometimes I do relieve stress. It's fun playing air hockey with my brothers. Funny thing is that I never knew such a game like air hockey can have you sweating your ass off, depending on how intense the game is. Trey McHale, can you read current modern day comics to help you relieve stress? It depends on the story, Roland Dodge. There are some stories. Let's see. In his book, Woman Warlords, Tim Newark described the Dahonian Amazons as a bizarre extension of the king's arm. They were also required to be celibate. Yep. I have no problem with the movie because at least it's original and not a swap or bent. The title is so stupid and it's turning people off. Pretty much. Let's see what all you saying. Funny thing is, the Woman King was not a true story, but is based on a true events that there were real life Nasagi and female warriors, the Holian Amazons. Yeah, that's what Finn was telling me when he was on here. He was talking about how those warriors were not the heroic people that they're trying to make them seem right now, which is kind of true. But it is what it is, right? Again, it's the title, this stupid woman, just like the king, like King Valkyrie. Yeah, pretty much. But I want to ask you something, guys, before I sign off, because I'm gonna sign off for because this done went on long for now. Well, it hasn't went on too long, but I gotta do other things. But before I leave, would you guys want to see more art videos, like me drawing some art and stuff like that, or is everything pretty crazy? I mean, pretty okay. I mean, I'm trying to do a little bit more videos, but I'm running into the problem that no matter what I do right now, is that YouTube just seems to keep copyright strike so many of the darn videos. Like, I'm working on a video right now, but it done been copyright strike about 4 damn times, and I'm getting frustrated. So give me a minute with that one. But I was thinking about maybe having me have a character that I drew or something like that, and maybe I'll have a video talking about it, or maybe I'll just post a video of me just drawing the character and calling it a day. That way, at least you can watch some of the stuff I draw or whatever. And no, it's not. Surprisingly, it's not the music, Arno. It is literally the video itself. Like, when I was doing the Kazuki Takahashi video, they had copyright struck my whole thing, and I had to put it in. I had to make a review, even though they disputed. I mean, even though they didn't dispute it, they kept it away from being, I guess in certain regions of the world they can't watch it, and then they took away the monetization from it, which is whatever. But it gets kind of aggravating when I'm trying to make a video for you guys and I'm uploading it, and then it keeps getting copyright strike. And it's just like, for me, you guys know how busy I am. I don't really have the time to keep going back and forth between seeing what isn't approved and what's not approved, when you have channels on YouTube that do show videos and do essays on shows or whatever, and they're not copyright strike, but then I'm copyright strike. You know, it gets aggravating. Do you also hit up Young Ripper and join the Ripperverse, man? Being artists would go so hard. Bruce, I really wish I could, but my artwork is nowhere close to what Ripper's looking for. I can tell you that, because I'm nowhere close to any professional Marvel or DC artists, and I'm talking about those real professional ones, not the current modern ones. I'm talking about the ones that look like, you know, professional artwork. And it's hard, because I be wanting to like practice more of my drawings or whatever, but it's just so much work I gotta do and stuff like that. So I'm trying to, I'm trying to still do this YouTube for you guys while just trying to do artwork on my free time, just because it's fun, and trying to work all at the same time. So it's kind of makes it, a little bit difficult when it comes to that kind of stuff. But any help for me is you guys watching the videos. The more they're watched, the more monetization I can get on them, and the little money goes a long way. I know some people hate the commercials, but YouTube gives a little bit of revenue at the end of the month, so that's pretty cool. And if you guys want to, like I said, I can do giveaways for artwork for certain prices or whatever, or do super chats just to make it a little bit easier on you guys, just to give y'all something from me to you guys. But I'm working on that kind of stuff. It's just that, like I said, YouTube is a bitch with the videos. That's why it's hard for me to make videos. That's why I just take a picture and then I, put a little bit of editing on it, and then I just talk over it, because my God, the copyright strike is just aggravating at this point. And I wish to achieve lead levels of art. Man, you can write comics, man. Yeah, I do. I know comics, and I was thinking about doing a comic book, but like Ripper had the funding already set. I would have to raise funding, and that's one of those hard things that I don't want to try to ask you guys, be like, hey, can you support this if it's not finished? Because if I had did that kind of stuff, I would want to be like Young Ripper. I will actually want to have the book already done and set for you guys. You get what I'm saying? Like, I will want to have the work already finished. So all I would have to do is just get it shipped off to you guys, if that makes sense. Does that make sense? Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah. Guys like we need like guys like us need to get involved with him, because we're kindred spirits. Yeah, I mean, he's helping people, get like this whole thing, but at the same time, it's like a lot of us don't have the ability right now. Like, trust me, I would love to do that kind of stuff, but again, you have to take in the factor of time. You have to think about the artist, the lettering, the coloring. That stuff goes into all that kind of stuff. It's a whole business, and some people can do it by themselves and stuff like that. And if given the time and effort, yeah. But at the same time, it'd be like, would people actually want to buy it? Because as much as people say that they like this stuff or whatever, likes and support are two different things. You get what I'm saying? Because I can get all the likes in the world, but if I'm not getting any support, and I'm not saying that one day I don't want to do it, but I just know that right now I'm not about to be stupid. You get what I'm saying? Not me, not my ass. Yeah. Thank you, Bruce. I appreciate that. I do want to one day get into it and do some big things and stuff like that. It's just time and patience. Sometimes you just got to be patient with it and stuff like that. And I know eventually my time will come. It's just that I know my time is not right now, That's my ethic too. I don't want to ask everyone to support my project if it ain't done yet. Yeah, exactly. You know, um, I mean, I don't know if Ripple wants writers right now, because I think right now he's trying to do everything his own self. Like, but if he said that he was hiring for writers or something like that, or people that can help him write some stuff, of course. But right now, I think Ripple said that he already has his team already set of who he wants right now. So maybe it's a patient wait to be patient kind of thing. Advice on drawing, just draw. Just draw. As you probably can tell from my Instagram, draw, post, and everything. Just draw. Continue to draw. Practice when you can. Draw when you can, and everything will come by. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Yeah, my point is just still is everybody who is sick of Marvel and woke crap loves manga, good stories. You know, if you have the talent, any part that don't forget to try to work with him, of course. But like I said, he already has his own team. He already has his team, and he already has his company going on right now. And if he was opening up to people to do more with him, of course. But right now, he already has a set team, and what we can do is we can support him and do our best, and then the rest of us can do our own things when it comes to that kind of stuff. But you know, when the time comes, the time will come, definitely. You know, but I appreciate everyone that came to the little stream and stuff like that. It will probably be on playback so you guys can watch it again. But I have to go. I will catch you all later. Peace out.